Alright guys, what's going on? We are here to try and take a sunset ride down on the beach. It's low tide, so we stay close enough to the ocean. The sand should be hard enough to support the bike. Bike's running good, the new engine's in, etc. We're gonna go down a little bit further. I think we'll get past the pier first, and then this way we don't have to deal with hopefully too many people. But the goal is to go from where we're at down to the inlet, which is about, I don't know, maybe 3 miles, something like that. You can see the bike is just doing amazing. Hopefully you can see the speedometer, but it's easy. 38 miles an hour. Ever since I put that new motor in, well, the rebuilt motor I should say, 38 to just around 40 has been my average, which quite frankly is fast enough for me. I don't need to go faster than that. I think that's good. So I'm trying to remember where I got on last time. And also too, I took about 5 pounds of air out of my tires, so I'm down to about 15 pounds in each, and it feels so much better. Let's see, we don't want to do stairs. I know there's a couple of places where we can get on and just kind of wheel the bike through the mangroves here. And this is about the only time I've seen it where there hasn't been any threats of thunderstorms, but the weather's been good and clear. But the heat's just been brutal. Absolutely brutal. That's the spot right there. We're gonna go on that spot. It's a handicap spot, so it's got a ramp that we can use. Here we go. Let's see. All right, let's go down. I don't know that we can get our bike to go on the soft sand, but you know, we're gonna give it a try. There's an awful lot of four-wheelers here that go and they drive up and down the beach for safety, etc. And let's be chicken and go to the all right, we'll do this one. That go up and down for checking on the turtles, safety patrol, that sort of thing. But let's see if we can, I don't know if I can ride it in this soft sand, but we'll see. But I know once I get down to the, yeah, just gotta be careful. You know, and I talked to the owner of Wired / Wicked as my concerns were getting sand, and he said not to worry about it, so I won't. And you know, in the motor, yeah, see, I think if we could just get down here a little bit where you can see the water line is, we'll have a lot easier go of it. So if you see these sticks here, right there, those sticks, those denote where the turtle nests are. And they come up at night. Massive freaking sea turtles. They lay their eggs. Yeah, it's getting better here. And then they go back in the ocean. And there's a lot of people here tonight. Oh, you know what? No, it's not a full moon. And then they turn around and they come back and go back into the ocean. And then if you get lucky, which I've been lucky many times to come down here at night and see them, which is pretty awesome. Can't touch them, can't go near them. But I've never been lucky enough to watch a nest hatch. So that's hopefully on my bucket list one of these days to be able to do. Boy, there's a lot of people down here. That's very unusual. You can see our beaches are dog friendly. And I have a feeling sooner or later, one of them is probably going to want to chase me. But let's see how far I can get before I get chased by a dog. Because I definitely cannot outrun them on the sand. Thank you. Uh-oh. German Shepherd, please don't chase me. I go slow by him. So, this is a good time. See, it's been literally like we've been under a heat warning and all that stuff because it's been like 90 plus degrees and 80% plus humidity. And it's just been too hot, so I figure, well, let me wait till about the sun goes down and get out here, and it's certainly been much easier that way. So it's feeling pretty good. Not too hot. We'll stay out of their way. As you can see, there's another pole sticking out there, which means that there's a nest. So I'm gonna stop here and fix this phone a little bit. It definitely looks like it's, I can't get this, I'm not sure if I'm thrilled with this holder or not. It doesn't really seem to hold that phone in there as tight as I would like it. So far so good. Maybe we'll get a little further away. I don't think the motor's watertight, but I definitely don't want to get any salt in there. So far, this is awesome. Oh, I think we're gonna get wet a little bit. Yep. Well, we shall see. Maybe that salt water gets in the ocean or in the motor. But man, this is perfect. This is just what I was hoping to get. This is really the first longer run I've made on the beach since I got the motor fixed, rebuilt. And you see the tide is low, so it's performing really, really well. And I'll be honest with you, I'm the only one I ever see riding a bike out here on the beach. More e-bikers should do it. You know, just be respectful of the environment. Stay away from the turtle nests. Give people their space. This is awesome, man. I love it. So definitely having the 15 PSI in the tires is certainly helpful. The bike feels much better. Before, when I had it really hard and really full, it wasn't handling as well, anywhere near as well. But now it's perfect. I think we got the secret inflation number done. So if you can see those buildings down in the distance, that's about where we're trying to get to, which I'm sure that we can. Everything's going well, bike's running well, battery gauge hasn't moved, and I've driven about 5.5 miles from home. to get here. You can see those, any place we see a line like it's taped off, that's where the turtle nests are at. Here, I'll stop and pause for a second and give you an idea what I'm talking about. So hopefully you can see out there, like anything with an orange tape on it, that's where the turtles are. Oh, he's not wanting to walk. And I don't know how long they take to hatch, but if you come down here at night, it is so cool to just watch these monsters basically come out of the ocean, walk all the way up that sand, like really slowly, because remember these things got to weigh, I don't know, 500 pounds, something like that. And they don't have legs, so they're pulling themselves with their flippers to get up on this beach as far back as they can, dig out a hole, lay their eggs, and then go all the way back. And the cool part is that, if I'm not mistaken, you guys can check me on this, is that when they hatch and they're little babies and they go into the ocean, they never come back ashore until they're ready to lay their eggs. So they could have been out there for, I don't know, I'll have to look again, I'll flash something up on the screen, but at least 5, 10, 15 years, something like that. Then they come back on the beach, and I've heard people say they come back to the beach where they were hatched, and they actually swim all over. I think from here, they'll go down to the Bahamas, all through the Caribbean. I'm not sure how far north of here, and here is South Florida, they go, but you can see this beach is just full of nests and markers. So it's very interesting, and I can tell you the first time I did it, came down here when I first moved here about 30 plus years ago, came down at night to go looking for the turtles and to see them come out. And it was pitch black, and in my mind I was completely alone. There was nobody here. Well, actually I was with my friends, but there was nobody else on the beach. And next thing we know, out of nowhere comes a, I don't know if they're like the environmental guys or whatever it is, but they come on their ATVs. And they're riding up and down, making sure people aren't stealing the eggs or harassing the turtles, because there's a lot of people that will, not a lot, but there are some people that will come and try and dig up the nests and steal the eggs. And that is a big time crime. Especially down here in Florida, they've made the penalty much more serious for that. And I'll flash that up on the screen as well. And so they're there, man. They're in the darkness. You are not by yourself out here by any means when you think you are, because they're out there with their night vision and they can see you all the way down the coast. Oh boy, I'm just gonna take some video. Let's see. So we're getting there. We've made it a good distance so far. I know these dogs are dying to chase me. See, other places in Florida where the sand is really hard and really compact, I would imagine you could go full speed. You just go running out here. But here it's a little soft, here a little compact here, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Oh no, don't wanna get a little bit of water, that's not bad. But it's dead low tide now, and I think the tide may be just starting to turn around and come back in. So I can tell by looking at these waves that with each one they seem to be getting a little closer and a little closer to Thank you. See the weed line here. You can see the seaweed line. Boy, we are doing awesome, man. This is cool. I wish there were more people that would get out here with their bikes. Hope you guys are getting a good view. I'm going to stop and push this up just a little bit more. I think it's probably been okay, hopefully, otherwise it'll speed up the whole video. Alright, so we just got to make it down to the inlet. And that's a success. So there are other beaches you can go to, but one of these days I'll do that. They're sort of private beaches, so you're not really supposed to go on them, which doesn't really seem right, but all beaches should be public and available to everyone. But I guess if you have the funds to buy a house on the beach, you probably can influence enough to make them private. It's interesting, so I'm watching people over to my left. I'm sure you guys can see them walking, but they're looking at me and pointing at me like I'm flying a spaceship over the beach. And that's because here, there's just never anybody on bicycles, you know, on the beach. Oh, a little bit of water. It's all right. So I'm kind of an anomaly, but maybe that's a good thing. You can see we're not bothering anybody, and I don't think our tires are really doing anything. If anything, it's the 4x4s do a lot more with their tread work than we do. So it is so hard to go this slow, man. I'm dying to just open this thing up. But you know, as soon as I do that, I'll hit a soft patch of sand and end up with my face planted right in the sand. But let's get you something nice shot to look at. And it's nice out here. All right, let's get rolling. We got some fishermen, so I definitely got to go behind them. That's gonna suck. Unless I know that sand is soft. You got lines out?
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. Just got to be careful on the soft sand. All right. Got a nice clear shot. I am really surprised there's this many people. Oh, I got to get another one shot right here. Off we go. I know that lady from somewhere. And that's kind of the thing about Jupiter, is it's a small town, so eventually you always end up running into somebody, you know. Now this is good with all the shelves. I can get more traction here. I think a lot of people just get tired of being cooped up. And as the sun goes down and it starts to cool off a little bit, they want to get out. Get down the ocean for a little bit. And I think our timing is good on this one too. We got pretty much light the whole way. Oh, this is so nice. I hope the video is doing it justice, how pretty it is out here. Once the weather breaks, it'll come out during the day at low tide. You see how blue this water is. I just saw one, a little baby turtle. Oh, yay. Hey, never saw a baby turtle. There were too many people around it though. I didn't want to stop. It is a puppy run. I think we're gonna get wet, maybe not. Well, I'm excited. I got a glimpse of a baby turtle I've never seen, but it was only one. So maybe he was the last guy out of the nest. I don't know. All right, we're gonna try and stay on these shells. You know, I was thinking I should bring something. Actually, I have flat out in the tires. I was just thinking about it. So if one of these shells cuts, it gives me a flat. And the flat out should do its job. But I was saying, if I do see a nest, I'm gonna have to lay the bike down in the sand because I'm gonna stay and watch it for sure. And I didn't bring anything to put the kickstand on, and I know it will sink. It'll sink right into the sand. Well, this is it. We're getting to the end, and the sun's going down. This is very cool. I'm definitely going to do more and more of this. Now that I saw that baby turtle, though, I want to keep my eyes open. See all these white pipes? Wow, look at that. Come up a little bit more. And if you look and see all these white markers, all those markers, the orange and the white, all show the different kind of turtles and the nests. I'm not sure, but it's like a turtle rescue place. They can tell by looking at maybe by the distance or whatever else it may be, what kind of sea turtle it was, like a leatherback or a green. So they mark them, they date them, they code them. And I think, you know, obviously this goes on all over the world, but unfortunately I think the survival numbers are very, very low for the babies. But all we can do is help, right? Nature is nature, and we can lend a hand, but you can't interfere. So they've been here for millions of years before we were, and I'm sure they'll be here for millions of years after we're gone, no doubt. Oh, I don't want it to end, man. I think she was a little shy about being seen dancing. You can feel as that sand loosens up a little bit, you definitely lose traction in the bike. Actually, maybe it's too wet. Move up a little bit and it gets harder. There we go, it's a little better. We're getting to the end. And I'll see if I can get you a cool sunset view of the lighthouse. Keep moving up here a little bit. This right here that we're coming up to is the inlet, the Jupiter Inlet. And straight across out east, I think about 30 miles maybe, 40 miles, it's the Bahamas. So you could take a small boat across, people do it all the time. In the summer when it's really calm, I guess if you could carry the fuel, man, you could take a jet ski across. So, yeah, this right here seems to be about the sweet spot. That was the ride. Okay, I know my starter and my end points now. This was the first full ride along the section I wanted to go to. Dang it, I didn't keep track of it, but I'll figure it out on Google Maps how far this was. I'm thinking maybe 5 miles, something like that. But if you come down here on a weekday too, there's literally nobody here, which is nice, but I couldn't let the day go by and not at least get out here for a little something. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go, oh, not there, a big ditch. Let's see how I handle in this soft sand. Just take my time. All right, get it. Yes, that was freaking awesome. See a little squeak in the brake. I'm thinking it's probably from salt water or sand, but we'll clean all that up once we get back home. But let me get over here where I know I can get you an awesome shot. And also too, tonight I'll come back here. I think around 10:30 or so. There is a SpaceX launch, and this is just an amazing place to watch them. They come right up over one of these houses. And you can see the rocket go, and it's just, it's very cool. Here's your view right here. Right up about over those houses is where the SpaceX rocket comes through. So, all right. I'm gonna finish this ride up. Actually, I'm gonna turn my light on now if I remember how to do it. Oop, probably should have tightened that up before I left. Let me press plus. Come on, there it is. Okay, cool. Well, you can see we've been riding quite a while and that battery hasn't moved. So we're 9.7 miles into the journey, and I'll post this at the beginning of the video in 45 minutes. So, and the battery still hasn't moved. So now we'll see with the lights on how much of a difference it makes. But that was a good time. That was definitely a good time, no doubt about it. place to be, huh? Like, the whole thing, I'll remember of this whole thing is seeing that baby turtle. That was very cool. I gotta find out more about like if there's specific times they hatch or not, because I need to experience that. And I'll bring something to put the kickstand down on the bike. You can tell it's low tide because this lagoon is kind of empty, but as the tide comes in, this fills up with blue water. There's all kinds of tropical fish, so it's a cool place to go in and snorkel and do all that fun stuff. So I gotta remember to tighten that down. Just kind of took it for granted since I never really ride the bike at night. Let's see who's texting me. Probably one of my kids. Okay, let's get back to what we were doing. How do I get there? Okay. Cool, let's do it. Alright, so this thing is pointing up in the air. That's not good. Let's see if we can straighten this light out a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to get all the cars barking at us. Alright, let's see if we can find a place to get out. This should work. That was awesome. That was so much fun. And the baby turtle capped it all off for me, so that was successful. So now I know I got a place to go down, which is the handicap ramp where it starts, and a place to get up by the inlet. But I think the only way it can do it consistently is at low tide, because at high tide you got to drive closer to the you know, back further from the ocean. That sand is just way too soft. So, all right, let's pick up some speed. I'm getting sand blown in my face from the tires, so hopefully that'll all come off soon. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. I enjoy making these videos for you. If you wouldn't mind, I got to do what everybody else does, and that's ask you to like it, please, and subscribe. Enter your comments down below. I love reading the comments and interacting with you guys. And we're building the channel slowly but surely. And we're gonna find a lot of other cool places to ride. And that's it. This is Kevin from What's Kevin Doing. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off and just ride. I'll let the camera roll until I decide where I want to edit it out. It's time to head back home. All right, see you in the next one.